G'day gang. Welcome back to the channel. I'm MP Numbers and I appreciate you being here. Today we're going to take a look at the new festival event, which is Nylea's Call of the Wild. It is the giant monsters event. We've had this one before. I personally think it's a lot of fun. Whenever you cast a creature spell with converted mana cost 4 or more, you get to draw a card. Simple as that. Last time we did dragons, lots of fun. This time, slightly mixed up, we're going to do Hydras. So the idea for the deck, and what the deck's mostly built around, is Gargos, the Vicious Watcher, the legendary Hydra from M20. With this bad boy, all Hydras cost 4 less, and whenever a creature you control is targeted, Gargos will fight a creature you don't control, which we take advantage of as well. First, let's look at other creatures. We've got the 5-mana Ironscale Hydra, and we've also got the Voracious Hydra and Hydroid Krasis, which are 2 X cost. Now, for those of you who haven't quite worked out the math, if you take Gargos, which reduces the cost by 4, it instantly means that these 2 creatures will start with 4 extra counters for free. So for 2 mana, you get 4 4s, and it goes up from there. Now, obviously, all of our Hydras are expensive, and they're going to trigger the emblem, meaning we're going to be able to draw cards whenever we cast them. They also have other effects. Hydroid Krasis, standard powerhouse. It's going to draw cards and gain life. Voracious Hydra is going to either fight a creature or just become super duper big. And Ironscale Hydra, obviously not as exciting, but a solid card that doesn't die in combat and is going to deal some damage as well as drawing the card. The other creatures we run are our mana creatures. So we've got the Leafkin Druids and Paradise Druids. Now, of course, there are other cards you can bring in, the Golden Goose, the Incubation Druid, lots of other ones. This is what I decided on, and I'm not going to say it's right, but it's what I'm doing. Now, the next thing I want to look at is ways I could take advantage of Gargos' ability, because sometimes just having the biggest creature on the board isn't always enough. So what we looked at were ways we could get advantage. We could target our creatures and really get advantage here. So we start with Rabid Bite, which we've got 2 of these. It's going to target, it's going to deal damage and let Gargos fight. But then we upgraded with a playset of Band Togethers. Now, yes, Band Together does target 2 of your own creatures and triggers Gargos twice. So make sure you're always targeting 2, even if you don't need to, because you're going to get all the fights you possibly need. The last card I have a 2 of, and this is probably the most sketchy one, is Lazotep Plating. Now, this is just a way to protect the creatures when I'm getting towards the end game. If our opponent has a way to deal damage or take control or something of our creatures, we can get hexproof, we can survive the turn with only a very small mana investment. And finally, Kiora, Behemoth, Beckoner. Now, Kiora is another form of ramp, untapping your lands. You're always going to use it to untap your lands or your mana source. Always make sure you don't target your creatures if the opponent has shock mana open, because you don't want to get your mana dorks shocked out from under you. Yeah, it's not fun. And also it comes with a bonus of, same as the emblem, whenever you cast a big creature, you get to draw a card. There are times when, if you're casting a really big Hydroid Krasis with Kiora out and obviously the emblem, you're drawing tons of cards, sometimes too many, so make sure you are managing your resources, make sure you're not going super crazy there. Finally, we'll finish up with our land. 4 basic forests, we're running 4 of Castle Garenbrig, 4 Temple of Mysteries, and 4 breeding pools. And that's our 60. The deck is really fun to play. It's all about getting big creatures out and just smashing, not in my normal, just super aggressive 1-drop, 2-drop curve way. It's just a different way to play the game that goes big rather than goes fast. The way that the format works, you're going to be playing against other big creatures, so a lot of the time you're battling hard. I got my 3 wins pretty easily. Let's check out the games. Alright, we've seen the deck, so let's play some games. This time we're going to get 3 wins because we get, what do we get? We get Tessin Petitioner, we get Renata, and we get, I'm assuming, Nylea Keen-Eyed. Alright, let's play some games. Okay, so 4 lands, spells we can cast. This hand's fine. We're going to keep it. Looking at every card in our hand comes into play tap, but we can start scrying to tighten things up, and Gargos off the top is what we want to see. Perfect. Absolutely want to be playing Gargos basically immediately. Let's not take any unnecessary damage. Each player puts up 3 cards in live in the graveyard. Oh, we lost her. We did lose a Hydroid, a Kiora. Okay, let's go. What's What's the right play here? 1, 2, 3. Kiora makes 4. Let's do that.
Not well, but my friend's kind of a sweet deal.
1, 2, 3, 4. Activate. Cast. Win-win. Let's see what our opponent can do. Let's do graveyard shenanigans. Leyline Prowler, sure. So we're going to pay for a breeding pool, I think. Pay 2 life. Go green, green, green. Untap this.
The ocean
Green.
surges,
Activate
life
this.
thrives.
Take my Gargos. We get a land. We get a card. Woo! Another card. Opponent scoops to the Gargos. Get a free win on turn 4. That's how we do it. That's how we want to do it. I was about to say that Gargos doesn't really work well in the matchup because Death Touch is a pain, but hey, let's go. Okay, so 4 lands including the castle, a ramp spell. This is a pretty good keep. It's not, you know, the best hand we could ever have, but it's pretty solid. Let's look at the swamp. Interesting choice, interesting. So if we find another blue source, or even just another land should be fine. So that we can actually cast Krasis. At the moment we have to tap her for Garenbrig mana, which means we can't get the blue mana. There we go, there's a temple. Let's scry. Show me something good. Band together. I think I've already got one. We'll hold off on that for a second. We're just going to pass here. You could think about getting cute and attacking, but reality is you want to make sure, you need to make sure your Paradise Druid stays alive. You don't give him the opportunity to kill it. Ghost Rider. Schnitzel. Okay, we can play Voracious Hydra for 4, kills it. So I guess we just do that. That's fine. And we get the card out of it as well. Fight. Another Castle Garenbrig. Now the only annoying thing, I noticed this when I was playtesting, Castle can't activate itself, so you can't, especially when you got Kiora out, you can't untap this and use the 6 mana to make 6 more mana. And I understand why, but would have been cool. It has another Ghost Rider and misses their land drop. Alright. So at this point I can play a Hydroid, so it'd be, I could do this math ready, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, so it'd be 6, so it'd be 5. Yeah, let's do that. Draw a bunch of cards, gain a little life, make a little love. Attack for 4. Boom. Avenger Ravens, don't care about that even a little bit. Nothing good here, unfortunately. I can't think of a card I've cared less about than Avenger Ravens. Boom, boom. Still going to hit you for at least 5, if not 9. And we're untapping with Biomancy and Band together, ready to go. Okay. Opponent's on mono black. No. Do I want to bounce it or do I want to kill it? Let's kill it. Opponent scoops it up. Not much happening there. Opponent seems to be playing not necessarily a deck that was built for this event. I'm assuming Grey Merchants were looking at coming out soon. Hey, let's go again. Okay, another pretty sweet hand. Paradise Druid, Castle Garenbrig, blue source, 2 Voracious Hydras. Opponent's not going to be doing anything exciting early unless they have really high toughness. And then we'll just do it anyway. A Boreal Graves, alright, we're green deck. That drops a land. I should play Breeding Pool. What am I doing here? What am I doing, folks? I should play Breeding Pool. Let's click on my trophy. Woo! Let's play Battle of the O3s. Next turn we'll play 2/2/1s and have all the mana in the world. Oops, opponent gives the oops. We're going to pay 2 life here. We're going to this one, and we're going to this one. Next, we're going to have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, Nylea. Castle Garenbrig. How much mana can I get? I can get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I can't math right now. 6, 7, 8. I get 8 mana, so I can go this for 6. I think. Sure. Everything gets tapped. That's what I'm doing. Another Kiora. Another Krasis, another Druid, another land. And we've got a 6/6 baby in there. Trample. Player plays aggressive Mammoth, so his O3 now has Trample. Doesn't have any double strike. Let's see, what can we do here? This now taps for 2 mana. So we're going to pay 2 life for this. So you don't have reach, right? We're going to play Gargos first. Does she have reach? She does not. Then I guess we play Leafkin Druid. Then I guess we play Paradise Druid. Right now we have access to 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Access to 11 mana off the board plus this, so I could make a Krasis paying X as, what, 11? So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 6, no, 13. So I could make a 13 power Hydroid Krasis here. It's going to draw a ton of cards. We could also just say for root of playing a Voracious Hydra with 13 mana, which means it's going to fight and hit this. There you go, X is 5. We're going to fight. What are they going to fight here? Oh, they're doubling. Okay. There's another castle. So, let's see, if I do this. And then I do this. Oh, I could do that differently. So I've got 12 mana, so that's, yeah. Let's leave up 2 mana, so if we go... Wait, because I've also got the +4, so 12... 16, 16 work? Have I mathed that right? 17. Rampy. If we haven't won this turn, we've got band together to clear at least 3 creatures. Rabid Bite gets another one. Shifting Ceratops doesn't scare me. Another Shifting Ceratops still doesn't scare me. But played some good cards that turn, which is good. But we're just gonna do so much better now. Another Kiora. Okay, so let's band together. So this is deals damage. This is the point. This is deals damage, not fight. So we want to use you and you to deal damage to you. And then he's going to fight. Gargos is going to die here. He's going to kill both of them. I should have played the other Hydra first. We messed that one up, folks. Oh, this is deals damage, right? Yeah, so we messed that one up. Opponent gave us the scoop because if we'd done that right, we would have won. You can see how powerful the deck can be. You can see how fast we can get that mana, how high we can get that mana. And if you play it properly, you can do a lot of good stuff there. Alright folks, I've been MP Numbers. That's another look at one of these weekend events. Again, check out the channel. This is my favourite thing to do. We check out these events whenever they come up each weekend. We try them out. I build decks that are a little bit different, out of my brain, usually themed around a card. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Like the video if you like it, and drop a comment if you want to say hi. Let me know what decks you played, what you played against, what worked, what didn't, and how I should have fixed up this deck to work a little bit more. Yeah, bye.